So now that we have our barricade pretty much good to go, minus a couple small things, we want to go ahead and optimize it. So for example, what I want to do real quick is go ahead and record a quick little profile using the network profiler and just look at the results and then talk about some optimizations and perform them. So the first thing we're going to do is play with two clients. So let's get that started. And as client one, what I want to do is I want to start recording for, I don't know, let's say 5 seconds and then purchase the door and then stop recording at another 5 seconds. So starting a clock now, 3, 4, 5, and stop. So I was actually really close at 9.99. Now we can look at the results. So if we go to saved profiling, here we can see the results of that little recording. So if we find our barricade, you can see the time spent basically just trying to replicate. And more specifically, what we want to look at is the amount of waste. So out of all the time that this was, spent trying to replicate this barricade actor, and keep in mind the more we have, the more it would be, 99.79% of it was a waste. So we nearly wasted, just everything. So what are some ways that we can go and, prevent that? The biggest one is going to be net dormancy. So because this is a actor that has been placed into the world by us, what we can do is we can set in the constructor the initial net dormancy to equal initial. So initially, this actor here is going to be dormant. And you can actually see if you go through and view the comments, this actor is initially dormant for all connections if it was placed in a map. And then compared to awake, which is what it kind of is by default, this actor can go dormant, but is currently not dormant. Game code will tell it when to go dormant. So what we're going to end up doing is starting the barricade as initially dormant. Then when we actually go to use it, we are going to wake it up. So let's go ahead and set our net dormancy down here in interact. So when we actually interact with the barricade, we want to wake it up. So that way we can actually replicate it. So first off, we want to go ahead and wrap this in a if has authority, just because there's no reason, because start motion runs on the server anyways. But what we want to do here is not fall damage. Set net dormancy. We want it to be dorm underscore awake. So now that we've done that, let's go ahead and close down the editor, recompile, and relaunch. Okay, once we are back inside the editor, let's go ahead and same thing, play with two clients. So we're going to start for 5 seconds, starting now. And right at 5 seconds, I'm going to purchase. And then after 5 more seconds, I stop. Like so. Okay. So here we have our first result and the second one. So this one on the right hand side is going to be the quote unquote optimized. I don't know what the purpose of the quotes were. So let's view our barricade and let's view our barricade. So for that total duration, the amount of time spent was 1.08 milliseconds compared to 1.9 milliseconds. So not quite half. However, we still do have a pretty high waste. And if we look at the count, which if memory serves right, the count is the total times that it was considered for replication, I believe, it is about a little bit under half. So that's pretty good, but we can do a little bit better. So given the case of how this door actually works, once it has replicated, we don't really need to consider it for replication again. So what we can do, and given the nature, so let's go ahead and close it down, of the net update frequency and setting that dormancy, which in turn will eventually flush the actor's dormancy, which kind of sends everything it needs to across the network. Basically, it's kind of like think of it like just waking it up, and when it wakes up, it sends everything that it needs. Anyways, not entirely sure what it does behind the scenes, but what we can do is drop the net update frequency by quite a bit. So set net update frequency. We can set it to something like, we can even do 1 second if we really wanted to, or we can do lower than that. But I'm going to, for now, set it to 1 second. So let's go ahead, recompile and relaunch, and do one more quick profile and just make sure that it is actually, you know, a worthwhile thing to do. Okay, once we are back inside the editor, we're going to do the same thing once more. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. 3, 4, 5, 9, 10. Okay, so that was right at 10 seconds, and we can view the new one. So let's go ahead and get these kind of, I guess, visible in a way. And there is one difference that you can kind of see is there is more being sent when this happens, but it's still not very much. But anyhow, we go ahead and look. We can see here is the initial 1.9 milliseconds spent, 99.79% waste. And for the second one with doing the dormancy, we are at 1.08 milliseconds spent and 99.34% waste, which is, the waste here is not really bad because the only time the door was replicating was when it was actually being used. So once it was used, then the replication started. And given that the door would eventually go to here and then destroy itself, it's going to be kind of, I don't want to say irrelevant, but it's not going to be considered for replication any farther than that. And then the last one, after doing that change, the milliseconds was 0.25. So just a quarter of a millisecond. And we had 70% waste. And specifically, if we look at the count went from 454 down to 10. So overall, we're still sending the same amount of traffic, but the amount of times wasted on the server on the specific barricade has been lowered by, I don't know what percentage that would be, but quite a lot. So that's kind of what I was referring to. And again, like I had mentioned, this can be taken, even farther by dropping the net update frequency even lower, or just making it to where, you know, it it's really just flushing out that one variable and then it's being put back to dormant is another option. But given that it's going to be destroyed, there's really no point in going beyond this for something that is quite literally just going to be one variable that we are replicating. So the door initially is dormant. It is doing nothing. It is not being considered for replication. The user or the player buys the door. The door is now awake instead of dormant. And it is going to be, until it reaches, say, this point at the end of its curve, active and replicating until it hits here, in which case it is destroyed. It is no longer replicating, no longer alive, wasting resources. So everything can go on its merry way. So hopefully that kind of gave you a rough idea on what all dormancy does and setting the net update frequency. Because by default, actors have this at 100, which is way too high, in my opinion, even for pawns. So at some point or another, we are going to be going through literally every single actor we have made and dropping this down to a much more reasonable value. Because you can get quite a lot of savings just by reducing the update frequency of the actor. So, anyways, with all that out of the way, I will see you in the next video. If you like what I'm doing and you want to help support me, you can find a link to my Patreon down in the description below, and that'll also grant you to early access to, well, this entire series.